Alright, so we are down at the drill site now. It's the following day. He drilled this yesterday. He's done a few things and he's going to kind of explain what he has worked on here today. If you want to go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, what we've done is we previously had casing down to rock, and we sampled what the formation was all the way to the rock, and that gave us information so that we could put a 40 thousandths spacing stainless steel well screen at the rock. So we pushed that telescoping screen to the bottom of the well, 89 feet, and we pulled the casing up 4.5 feet, and now that we've exposed the stainless steel well screen, and now we have this beautiful water coming through that well screen, and it's a treasure. We're done.
So what are you doing to get that water to come up out of there? You're pushing the air down?
Yes. Through the big hose in the rig, big blue 2-inch hose. The compressor that the truck runs pumps the air down through that hose, through the Kelly swivel, down to the bottom, and of course, just like blowing in a straw, it blows it out at you.
So the air is actually coming out of the drill?
The air comes out of the bottom of the drill bit.
So when we left off yesterday, I don't know where the videos are going to fall here, but yesterday when we got done, he was just pumping a little bit of air in there. For the most part, the water was somewhat dirty, but he's got nice clean water here now.
Yeah. It's very cold. You can drink it. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Well, what's the next plan?
Well, the next plan is we want to pump it a long time to make positive that we won't run out of water. So we'll remove the drill rig and put in a submersible pump, supply that with temporary power from a generator, and monitor it over the weekend, maybe even longer than that. Pump it as fast as we can, see if the water continues to come in.
So you have told us how we're going to monitor the depth of this well, and you want to describe how we're going to do that?
Well, we've made our own water level indicator using a no-meter. So we're simply measuring the water as it goes down as the pump tries to empty the well. And so the pump can only pump so fast, and the water can only come in so fast. So between the two of them, we're going to determine by the water level as we lower it how much water the well makes. We're simply pumping it out and measuring it in a container for 1 minute. And we rate it in gallons per minute. I think this well makes about 50 gallons per minute. But we're going to use the pump to make sure of that.
So the screen is down, the casing is down as far as 80 some feet?
Yes, the casing was at 89, and now it's up 4 feet. It's at 85 from the ground.
Okay.
And the screen is in the bottom, sticking out of the casing.
And the water could be at where? What would you estimate the water level to be right now?
About 26. Right now it's almost empty because we're evacuating it with air. But the normal water table is about 23 feet from the ground. So we're hoping we can pump 50 gallons a minute and not lower that very much, which would prove that we have an inexhaustible amount. The longer we pump it, the more proof we have.
So the water table is 23 feet from the ground here, or generally 23 feet everywhere?
No, every well has a different water table.
Okay.
Some wells come over the top, thus they call it an artesian well, and some wells might be 100 foot down. The average across the country is probably 50 feet, and this one's 23 feet.
As Bill was drilling this yesterday, he had marked the pipe every 5 feet, and when he was hitting different deposits of soil, whether it be clay, dirt, gravel, he was noting that and he was able to determine where that level was.
So it's not the best well in the world, but it's a very good one.
Well, all right. Well,
so we simply turn the air off, and the water stops coming out.
yeah.
And now we'll remove those drill rods and put the pump in, right?
Yeah. All right. So he's going to remove the drill rods now, and then he's going to set in a submersible pump. He's got one right on his truck here, and then he's going to leave that pump with us for I don't know, a little while anyways, and then we're going to pump this out, let it run continuous, and then monitor that depth here with an ohms meter. We're going to send a wire down in and then read that as it hits the water to determine how much where the water depth is at. So he uses that to hold his bit so he don't drop the bit down in the ground. And then those bits are all threaded. Just had to do that to get the cap thing off of there. That thing there acts as a big clamp that can clamp around the pipe, and what he's doing is he's just getting that sort of go down past it. Going down over the actual casing itself. It acts as like a big drill chuck. To squeeze around the pipe itself. Seen him put the bits on, but we haven't seen him take them off.
I gotta bring this out and put a clip on.
Send that out, and then he's got a clip that goes on there so that he can grab it with his there, and I think he's got some kind of a ring clip or something.
This is the sand that the filter, the screen, allowed to come in the well. And that's my job, is to get all that sand out of the formation so the water can come through faster. So there's quite a bit of it on the ground that I developed out. That was my job.
down. Then he can lift his other one off his cradle. He's gonna lay down in the drill rod bed. Off the cradle. I was assuming he was gonna set that, let that fall down, but I guess he's gonna leave that for his first one off next time, maybe. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. That's how that's done. I don't know what he's got left there. He must have one or two more left down in the hole. So, what do you got? One or two more down in there? Three more down in there?
3 and a half. 5 altogether.
All right. Well, you've seen how that was done. Now he'll pull them other 3 out. Bang, bang. Alright, what do you got? One bit left to pull out?
I already put it over there.
Okay. So he's going to get ready to pull this rig ahead. And I asked him what's the difference between this well drilling rig and any other rig that you might see out there, because I haven't really been around to see any of these other wells that we've drilled in the past. I haven't been, we've been doing crop work.
Right.
So the
first thing is, this is a dual rotary, so I can lift this up and down and turn the pipe as I go. This is the only company that makes one like this now. There's other companies that jump on board, but the standard rotary for the last 30 years is this head goes up and down and turns, and you feed it down. The big advantage in the manufacture of this rig is there's no cables or chains, like real big roller chain to make this head go up and down. There's a cylinder in here that pushes up and down, and you can adjust the feed. All rigs you can adjust feed, but this has the most control of any rig I've ever seen for feeding into the ground. The deeper you go, the better it feeds. Most rigs, the deeper you go, the worse they feed, because all the sprockets and chains have to groan and let themselves down. Where all this is doing is just simply letting the oil out of this cylinder with a restrictor valve at any rate you want to go. So all rigs have this now, but there's only 5 in the state of this size that turn the casing and put the pipe in. So temporarily I got the cool
I got the market.
Everybody will eventually have
That's kind of why you're here, right?
Yes.
You only travel 3 hours to get here, right?
Right.
Yeah. right. How deep can you go with this one? How many drill bits do you have currently on this rig?
This rig can hold 500 feet. It also depends what size. So if you wanted to hold 700 feet, you could get smaller ones.
Oh,
they don't have to be that big. But all rigs are rated by what they call hook load. How much can you hook on here and still lift up? So they rated real big rigs by tons. This rig is by pounds. It can lift up 30,000 pounds. So if you do the math, that's about 1,000 feet. However, there are ways that I've had this rig, sister to it, 1,900 feet. And that's cheating, and it's not 100% safe. But that's what makes life exciting for the welder.
Yeah.
So, it's probably like human beings. You can lift 100 over your head. Some people can lift 500 over their head.
Well, there you go.
This rig can lift an awful lot for its size.
Yeah.
But typically it's a 1,000-foot rig.
Yeah. So what determines how many bits you bring with you? Just what size well you're going to drill?
Yes, what the market is, yes.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, New York State made a rule that anything over 500 feet is a special well and might have to be permitted for a gas well.
Oh.
Which could hit gas.
Oh, okay.
But east of here, there are wells deeper than 500. But geothermal wells all stop at that magic mark, 500 foot deep. Gas wells go to whatever formation deep. The Marcellus that everyone is getting rich in Pennsylvania is the first rock we hit here. We hit Marcellus, and we didn't hit gas, we didn't hit oil.
Marcellus rock. We've got a town, Marcellus, that's eight miles from here. So we hit Marcellus rock.
Yes, well, as you go across the country, there are several towns that named themselves after the rock, or vice versa. Like Onondaga is the Onondaga limestone. Okay, Trenton is the Trenton limestone. Medina, New York is the Medina sandstone formation. And on. There's probably 50 different rocks, and where they see them on top of the ground, the local townspeople name their town after that in the past.
Yeah. But you've drilled oil wells before too, right? I mean, that was the main. What's the main part of your business? Water or gas?
The main part was water wells as we were young kids, and then to feed the families, we broke out and said, hey, we could make more money for the families if we drilled gas wells. And my company drilled about 600 of them in a 20-year span. And then New York State would like you not to drill them, so they made some rules that are pretty strict to follow. You still can drill a gas well in New York State, but you can't drill a horizontal well. And a horizontal well goes horizontal through the formation. So it's like you can get 10 or 20 wells in one. So if you drill vertical and the formation is 100 foot deep, you have 100 foot of pay zone. But if you can drill horizontal through that, the farther you go, the more you're in the pay zone. And that's why the Marcellus has been so phenomenally good, because it's a soft rock, so they can horizontally drill. It takes 600 feet to make the corner. And the way they make the corner is by expanding their bit crooked, a lot like on New Year's Eve you blow that little whistle and it goes out straight. Similar to that concept, they blow the bit a little bit crooked by pumping fluid to the bit. More pressure, more volume, the bit goes crooked. There's more to it than that, but that's basically the principle. But they don't turn the drill rod, they only turn the bit of something. So the fluid goes through the drill string down to a motor that would look a lot like a hydraulic motor, and the bit's hooked to it. So they don't turn the drill rod.
Oh, okay.
That's how they get out.
Yeah. All right, so he's going to pull ahead here and put the last bit in the cradle, and then we're going to set up a pump. We're going to start pumping some water out. All right, now he's gonna pull this rig out of the way here. How tall is that, Bill? How long?
36.
36 foot. So he's 36 foot up in the air and probably 5 foot with the flagpole. Okay. Alright.
Just stop going ahead about 3 feet.
Okay.
You stop me would be nice.
Alright. Alright, so he's just going to pull ahead here. Must be going to use that winch cable for setting the pump in and out or something there. Hello. Hey. Okay. Okay. Whoa! You guys can bring that gas generator down here. Yeah, that blue one. Make sure it's full of gas. Alright, okay. We'll see it.
That's real good.
Yeah, you can just barely see the water down in there. Now we're getting ready to set a submersible pump down in there. So he's going to pull the pipe up. That's going to thread onto or into the pump, and then he's going to set that down in. Then we'll just start putting our sections on as we go. we'll just screw this other piece of pipe on, and then we've got one more after this. And then we'll continue to drop that down into the well. And once it gets down in there all the way, we will hook the power up to the generator. Well, we ended up having some issues with the pump that we originally set up on this line here. So we're actually a week later here now, almost a week later. We're 6 days later. It is Thursday night. It is, well, it's just a little bit after 9 p.m. We just got done chopping hay a little while ago for the day, and I wanted to come down here and finish up this video. As you can see, the well rig has been pulled out of here. They pulled that out of here yesterday. Bill pulled his equipment apart there. You've seen in the earlier part of the video, we dropped that 2-inch plastic line down in the well with a pump hooked to it. We wired up that pump, hooked it to our portable generator. We ran it for it ran for like 3 minutes. I didn't put it on video because I thought we were all good. Ran for 3 minutes, the pump quit. So we screwed around with it for a little bit and determined that we had an issue with the actual pump that he brought. It did not like to be powered by this generator, and it was after 6 o'clock at night, and he wanted to get going. Not that he wanted to get going, but we would have had to have pulled the pump out. We weren't sure what we had going on, so he wanted to bring another pump with him. So he brought another pump yesterday, pulled the original one, the one he had down in there. Now this is just portable, or temporary. We want to be able to see how much water we can pump out of this well and have it maintain itself. He's thinking it's around a 50 gallon a minute pump. So he pulled the pump out, which was a 3-horse pump. He pulled that out yesterday, and he's got a 7.5 horse 3-phase pump on there now. And my brother wired it up to one of our portable generators. Portable, well, it's generator that we use on the milking barn. This is a 100 kW 3-phase generator. I don't know if you can see it on this tag here, but at any rate, we need 2 of these to milk the cows with. He's got this wired up. He was running this pump earlier tonight, a few hours ago, and if he let that pump as fast as if it wanted to pump, it would pump like 140 gallons a minute. But we don't really have the correct casing to pump that much water out. So we need to throttle that back, and what we need to do is we need to run this pump at 50 gallons a minute roughly, monitor it, run it as long as we can. We want to run it for hours at a time, and then monitor the water usage out of it to see how fast it recovers itself. So that's what they're set up to do here now. I don't know if I'll get any videoing of the actual pumping of the water, but I wanted to close out this video, and that's where we currently stand here right now. So I need to do some testing before we know how good of a well it is, whether we pump it direct over to our spring and use it as an added water supply there, or if we just run a direct line up to the barns and have it be its separate unit. So with that being said, that is gonna do it for this video. There'll be more to come on this here in the future. We just have to do some testing, and that's where we stand. So take it easy. I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next one.